I'm Andy Pilgrim with Automobile Magazine. Welcome to A Pro Racer's Take. Today at NCM Motorsports Park, I have a VW Golf GTI Rabbit Edition, and I'm going to be taking it on track. I was very excited when my editor called me and said, I'm sending you a Volkswagen GTI Rabbit Edition. Why? Well, I have quite a history with rabbits. Not the small furry things, the actual Rabbit GTIs. 1983, I was living in El Paso, Texas, and my very first new car was the Rabbit GTI that I bought. And that car happened to be the first car I ever did any competition in an autocross in El Paso. I think that car itself had about 90 horsepower. This one, yeah, a little bit more. 228 horsepower. That horsepower peak is around 4,700 RPM, but the torque number, 258 pounds-feet of torque, is really pretty amazing. It comes in at 1,500 to 45. That's an amazingly low number and a flat torque curve. Pretty brilliant, actually. They've done a great job with this car, and it really scoots. I always like to mention the brakes on these cars because I do take them on track to do hot laps. This car's been on the track a little bit already, and the brakes are holding up really well. 13.4-inch rotors on the front, 12.2-inch rotors on the back. Actually, all GTIs now have the bigger brakes off the Golf R, which is a really good thing. So what makes this a GTI Rabbit Edition? Let's have a look. First of all, wheels. 18-inch gloss black. They look really good. They actually come with Michelin PS4S tire, which is actually one of my favorite tires for the road. Come also with the mirror caps, gloss black. Inside, we have the plaid, sort of the throwback plaid to the Mark 1 1983 GTI Rabbits, which is great, and red trim floor mats front and back. That's part of the Rabbit trim. Then we have the black VMAX spoiler here, and last but definitely not least, we have the Rabbit badge here, which is great stuff. The inside of the GTI does have a real quality feel to it. And a real quality look to it. All these surfaces, the nice door handles, the things you touch, the steering wheel, the leather wrap steering wheel, it's a great shape, flat bottom, but it just has a really nice shape for your hands. Not too much junk on the steering wheel, nice little GTI logo there at the bottom. The gearbox is the double clutch automatic gearbox, is fantastic. On track, I just leave it in drive, put it in sport, and let the thing shift itself, and it does a superb job. But you do have the paddles here if you want them, and of course the plaid seats. The seats itself hold you in really well on track and on the road, and they're very, very comfortable. All in all, this is just a very nice place to spend time as a driver. It's great. Access to controls is very convenient. You've got touch screen on the infotainment system, but not too much junk in there, which I like because they're very distracting, can be. And then the AC system, heating systems, the mode systems, the traction control on and off, it's all right to hand. I always like to talk a little bit about practicality. Families like to watch these things sometimes, and this is a 4-seater, well actually 5. You have the 5th seat belt, that's useful. Then if I go across to passenger seat here, I'm sitting here in the back, and it's obvious this seat is about a couple of inches elevated from the front seats, and it's really nice because you get kind of a more of a panoramic downward view, and that's quite good for people with motion sickness. And if you are in the back and somebody's not in the middle, you've got a little bit of an armrest, and also you've got a cup holder. It's just a nice touch. With any hot hatch, we have a 5th door. This one does come with a real spare tire. It's not a full size, but it is a spare tire, rather than the bag of goop they give you to put in your flat. Also, we have a pass-through. I love the pass-throughs, whether you got the new sweeping brush or skis or a plank of wood, whatever, it's useful. And then traditionally, the hot hatch has the folding seats, and it's as practical as you can want, really. 5-door car, hatches, always loved hatchbacks. It's a cold but beautiful sunny day here at NCM Motorsports Park. I'm really excited to see how this Rabbit runs. So I'm going to get in, roll the car down to pit lane, and get ready to do a hot lap. But before we do the hot lap, we want to show you some footage from turn 12. This is affectionately known as deception. This happened while we were getting some corner shots. This final sequence is going to clearly show how much rotation is going on with the old GTI on 2 wheels.
let's see that one more time. GTI working hard down the straightaway. Managed 120 miles an hour, hard on the brakes. Michelin PS4S tire working hard through turn 1A. You're going to see my hands in the bottom left-hand corner. When I turn into these corners, you're going to see me trying to make the rear of the car move to help me turn in, to delete a lot of the understeer that you'll get if you don't do that. You saw a lap up there, a 2:29.11, and my last lap was a 2:28.99. Very cold here, and I wanted to make sure I got the best lap, and as it warmed up, the lap I'm on now was the best lap. You can see a couple of clean oversteer corrections there going into 5. That was fun. Use a lot of the curb if I can get away with it. Some cars, you can't even touch the curbs. The GTI has good handling, and it doesn't mind at all with the compliance of this car. You can use quite a bit of curbing. Into turn 10, slowest corner on the track, tons of ABS into here. Just have to be clean, just get it to the apex and get out. Here's Deception. You saw some of those pictures from Deception earlier. Just flying over here. It's a great fun corner in any car actually. Coming over tabletop, I will not be braking, lifting, or anything through turn 15 here. I'm going to carry it as far as I can before I hit the brakes. Up into 16. Did well. Just have to be clean through here. Just don't want some big understeer because it'll take so much time. And again, discipline. Just discipline through here. Don't want to push out wide. Just keep it tight, keep it clean. And then off down towards 20, into the sinkhole, and up over the top. And from this point, I'm just flat on the gas all the way through onto the straightaway. Working hard, trying to get that time. 2:28.50. That was my best lap, and it was so cold, just took a couple of laps to get the tires up.
I really enjoyed this GTI Rabbit Edition. I'll tell you, cars have come a long way since 1983, when my first new car was a Rabbit GTI, but I have to tell you, Volkswagen have done a phenomenal job capturing the character of the original as far as I'm concerned. It's sporty, it's practical, it's comfortable, it's fun to drive, and all at a really reasonable price. Well done. I'll tell you what, you know what? It's still here, right? Well, I'm going to drive again.